Well, well, well. Technically, I was the creator of Jimmy Neutron. I was I worked with Jimmy Davis for about 20 years, thinking up the idea of what Jimmy Neutron should be, and eventually, after a few fails with Nickelodeon with the rated R show of Jimmy Neutron, we decided to make a kids show. In about 2010, 2011, Jimmy Davis he um he started acting different. He was like, "Oh, I'm just so low on money." He just kept telling me like all the time. Sorry, my phone's on silent, not silent. Sorry. He kept telling me all the time. He, he kept telling me all the time that I'm just so low on money. I need a job. I need to. I'm like, okay, man, I'll help you out. I'll help you find your job while we get all the nooks and crannies fixed on the Jimmy Neutron show. And eventually, he started acting like it was my fault. And Jimmy Davis himself, he one day he texted me. He's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I think we might have to stop creating Jimmy Neutron. We were about 50% done with the pilot episode at the time. Nickelodeon was looking really forward to it. So at this point, I was like, okay, that's fine. So I went to go work at a laundromat for about 30 years, and then when I'm about 40 in 2032, he texts me and he says, or I look online and I'm like, what is this? And it's titled Jimmy Neutron. That motherfucker, he did a whole show without me. He Yeah. And after that, I decided I would start working on my own videos. So I created jungles. We have to cut this part out. I created a jungle survival. Yeah, well, ever since I used so much of my money trying to come up with the idea for Jimmy Neutron to get Nickelodeon to listen to me, and they said they'd only give me the show if I gave 10,000 Indians houses in the middle of the jungle, and the only thing they gave me to record my progress was a 144p camera, and it only recorded at 0.75 speed of like what actually was happening. Is it good? I used to eat grapes until Jimmy Davis ruined grapes for me by adding the grape scene, the Carl Weezer eats grape scene to the Jimmy Neutron show. You okay? Want a cough drop? So this is actually the hardest part about making these houses is actually like tying the threads. It's really you have to use your little nimble little fingers. But luckily I'm very strong after building about 90 houses in the jungle. I got big arms and little tiny fingers. I climb like a monkey all over these houses after I'm done with them. Like a jungle gym. A funny is it a funny kitty? Is it a funny cat? Yeah. Yeah. So at first we were trying to make Jimmy Neutron real. We like purebred a kid to like we, we purebred a kid to have a long single strand of hair that popped out of his head, like a callus, and it curled up at the top. It looked like a little ice cream, a little saucer of ice cream. But after a while, Nickelodeon decided that that was not cool. Like we weren't allowed to do that. So now we were stuck with this monstrosity of a kid who looked exactly like Jimmy Neutron. So we scanned him and we put him into a 3D environment. We uploaded his consciousness into the show and we just recorded it. We gave him like $200,000. We let it. We gave, yeah. We I made him a nice mud shack in Dubai. Actually, can we bring up an image of Jimmy Neutron himself in Dubai? You don't have to pause it. Mm, yeah, look at that. Promising. Yeah, this is when we 3D strand him. He's a, he's not actually a boy genius in real life. He's a sweet young man. He tries his hardest. You like this all these twigs I had to get in the forest. Yeah. Yeah, like Jim Davis, he was a pristine machete maker back in the day. He worked really hard. The only thing I give him credit for is his machetes, his jungle machetes. Here, I here I have like this patch of grass you can test it on. Ow. Yeah. When yeah, it's, yeah, it's a nice machete. It's okay though. Let me get a band-aid real quick. Alright, I got my band-aid. We're good. Got some antiseptic. I'll rub that on that. Yeah, I'll be alright. Youch. After, yeah, I tried to contact Nickelodeon, but they said, and we need more houses than Dubai for all the little boys and girls in Dubai. And they didn't entrust anybody else. They knew I was the only one who could do it. Yeah, every Sunday they show up and they air it and they're like, check out this footage of yeah, Mr. Jimmy Neutron himself making all this mud. Yep. Mm-hmm. Dude. He when I gave him that palace, he was clapping his little hands, his little Dubain hands. Yeah, it's. Mhm. Yeah, my fingernails are never clean. I mean, they always have mud in them. Actually, they only fed me like they fed me like a lot of like string cheese back in the day when I was working on the houses. It's like they have a pretty good like nutritional value. A lot of fat makes me a lot of saved energy, so I'm able to work on these houses day and night. You've ever been attacked by a hawk before? Yeah, it's yeah, the hawks can do that. It's crazy. Mhm. Hard. He had a lot of ideas that were conflicting with my ideas. A lot of things went wrong during the creative process of Jimmy Neutron, but we kept going. We never could just simply give up on our passion project. You know, as much as I hate that lying fuck Jim Davis, I do think he made a great thing in the end. Back, I was in those deserts for 20 years. The harsh jungles and deserts of Dubai. I was in there. and I didn't know. All I had, all I had was my 144p camera and like 200 plus string cheese packets. Hmm. Yeah, the reason why we made Jimmy Neutron have the long single strand of hair that pops out of his head like a callus is because it looked like mud, and that would we I actually had him for a few projects because of all the mud creatures, all the mud like creatures like the eagles and the other birds and the vultures, because he would scare them off. He had a big mud head. He'd get dirt for me sometimes. He got a big shovel. The real Jimmy Neutron came to Dubai. Yeah, for a few of the projects he was in Dubai. He was like, "Do you need any help? Are you feeling all right?" He would constantly check in with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was yeah, okay.